Global hot zones, the coronavirus spreading.
Fears grow of a global pandemic.
A huge spike in cases in Italy.
Hundreds of cases in South Korea. New cases reported in Europe.
The CDC warned Americans to be prepared here at home, that it's not a matter of if, but when.
Sunday, I ordered the dismissal of pre-K through 12 schools, which began today. And yesterday, I directed the closure of licensed child care centers across the state. However, I've asked centers and schools to provide child care services for those deemed essential personnel. I realize, even as we ask many to step back to help slow the spread of this virus, we're asking others, including educators and child care providers, to step up and provide a critical service so those who are on the front lines can continue to care for the sick, protect the public, and manage this ever-evolving challenge. Now, I know some won't be able to, and that's okay. But for those who can, we appreciate your help, because filling the need by teachers, child care providers, and school support staff is critical to our response.
That Thursday that I sat down with Mandy Chesley Park, our ELP director, and our superintendent, and we started to chart out all around this conference room what would need to happen for us to be able to offer essential childcare to our essential workers childcare. All the details that you could imagine between disinfecting and space and, keeping the distancing and what supplies we would need and who would we get and all of those things. And I looked at this wall with all of these lists that we had put together and I said, okay, well, we need at least a week, if not a week and a half to pull this off. And our director looked at me and said, or Monday. And we did it. We were open on Monday.
It wasn't about me. If it was about me, wow, that could dispel a lot of fear. It was about a group, a pretty mighty group of people that I care about, and I was giving a big ask to them. So when I was making phone calls, because we had to staff this program overnight, and then I had to get my people. And so I started making the phone calls to John, to Christy, to Stowe, to every single person that is here right now. And what they started, or texts, or I did my own summoning to a Zoom meeting, and basically just said who's up for it. But the other piece is I did a lot of backpedaling on every time I asked. I made lots of phone calls that I basically begged people to tell me no, if there was any reason that this would put them in jeopardy or their family in jeopardy.
When I was approached about coming to the Essential Persons Childcare, my first thought was, is this the right choice? We're shutting down the world, but now we're bringing all these people together. And that was really scary. But then we had our first Zoom call and I got to see everyone's faces and I immediately was like, we're good. If there's anyone in this community that can pull this off, these are the people.
When everyone was being told to stay home, what I thought about when I was asked to come and join this program was I felt like it was my duty to help our community by going out and doing this, because since I'm younger, it was my responsibility to come and help our community by watching people's kids.
I knew like this was important and this was something I had to do, and once I got here, it was kind of just like, oh, the old ELP family, you know? And so definitely being around people I knew was definitely comforting, and it was just immediately relaxing to walk into our like entrance room and just have everyone be there and debrief before jumping in a little bit.
So there were lots of things happening in my life at the time, and it all just felt like kind of unreal, I guess. Like everything was happening and I was doing my best just to kind of cope with it, and do my work and maintain my life as a student to the best of my ability. And then I got a call from John because I'd been hired for the summer program for ELP, and I was super stoked to be working with kids and doing theater. And they told me about this opportunity to work with kids now for Essential Persons Childcare, which I thought was really important.
I was definitely reserved when I first got the phone call. As I said, I knew it was something that I wanted to do, but there were still those reservations in terms of how were we gonna be with these students and engaging with them from 6 feet apart, and how are we gonna be able to support them and give them what they need and tie their shoes without touching them or sharing germs, or it was just totally, everything was unknown, and I thought that I just didn't know what to think, to be honest.
First day I felt kind of, not necessarily lost, but off the cuff, because I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't know, I guess a little nervous, I would say, just because of the circumstances that we were in. But other than that, not really much other than that, to be honest.
I felt pretty overwhelmed. I have a couple different jobs and they're all in school settings, and so I immediately felt concerned for those jobs and how that was going to impact me and my life and my finances and my ability to sort of live comfortably. And I also felt pretty confident and thankful that I was working with Mandy, because I had every faith that she was going to do everything she could to keep her employees cared for and keep her program running in whatever way the community needed.
And not knowing what's gonna happen next was a very big fear of mine. But once I was asked about if I wanted to do the essential care providing, I was like, yes, I totally want to. I want to see the little kids, I want to interact. It makes the time go by so much faster too.
I was just nervous, and then I got to check in with Mandy and Christy and other people that we work with, and we started talking about what this will look like and how we can do it and who would be on board. And I knew that ELP was going to be able to bring it together, because we've been tested before in terms of big change, and as soon as I talked to my people, we felt ready.
While I was at home, because the rest of my amazing team went on to create the Essential Care program within moments in their lives, I could not be on site. And so I started really connecting with families virtually. I did a read aloud every day at 3 o'clock, which would be the timing of the expanded learning program, so the end of the day, thinking that if the kiddos were doing virtual learning, that would still be kind of the end of their day, and they could chill out and kind of just listen to books like Charlotte's Web and Beverly Cleary books. And I also took them for kind of a walk around my house. They kind of got to know me on a personal level. They got to see where I live, the land that I love, and they got to meet my dog and my son and see the pond and walk my 20 acres and also witness some of my gardening. And I also really wanted to stay in touch individually. So I stayed in touch with families by FaceTiming, emailing, texting, phone calls, checking in, making sure they were getting food, making sure that they were assured that they didn't have to do it all. Because quite frankly, the kids loved to see me and I love to see the kids.
I think there are lots of memories of just dancing. The group that I'm in is, we love music, we love dancing, all different types of music. We've got AC/DC, we've got Cimarelli, a large range, but we all love to just dance and sing and swing. We love to sing on the swings.
Definitely. I would just say all the dancing. For me, dance is a big, it just brightens anyone's day. It makes you happy, so to see all these kids being able to dance and even keeping our distance, but still just that happy and excited energy, you can't top it to me. That I could watch that all day.
What were some of your ludicrous ideas you didn't use?
Well, our first idea was making a giant pirate ship. That was our first ludicrous idea. We didn't think it was possible, and we were just joking around, but then Stowe and I actually looked at each other like, let's build a pirate ship. So actually, I feel like we do most of our ludicrous ideas. I was joking about a castle, we should build a castle, and we all joked around about it, but then we actually built the castle. So I feel like we actually do our crazy ideas.
My group of 7 through 9-year-olds created a play. They had made a life-size pirate ship and a cardboard castle with their other leaders, and we utilized it for our play. The kids wrote the entire plot and script themselves, and we filmed it all in 1 week, and it was awesome. Just because they were so excited and we didn't even really need to help them, they were able to just use all their creative juices and just go for it. And even some of the quiet kids rose up and had some really crucial parts in it, and it was really awesome.
Yeah, last week we had a Princess and Prince Week, and Ethan, my fellow coworker, and I dressed up as a prince and a princess, and we got costumes for all the students. And it definitely wasn't my favorite thing to be in my friend's prom dress and wearing a crown, but just seeing their faces and how excited they were about not only us wearing our costumes, but them wearing their costumes and being able to twirl and do all these fun things. Just seeing how excited they were and their faces light up was just so fun.
What did your dress look like? How did I miss this?
It was hot pink. How did you miss it? It was my friend's huge hot pink prom dress. My little crown.
What did Ethan wear?
Same thing. Oh, he wore a business suit and a crown. He looked like a businessman prince.
Yeah, so we do fun Fridays when we can. Obviously, we do Dinosaur Week. It's a little bit harder, but we did Pirate Week to start, and that's kind of kicked it off. Mariah and I were let's switch it up, dress up as pirates. And so we did that, and the kids, they go down for a nap, and we're dressed normally. And then when we wake them up, we've changed into a pirate outfit, and we don't let it go. We're oh no, we are so-and-so. Mariah and Martha, they went away for a little bit, and we're here to take their place. Little substitute teaching.
What are some of your favorite memories of our time here?
Oh man. That is a good question. I really liked just popping my head in the classrooms. You know, I do a lot of check-ins, just, hey, how's it going? And I think overall, it's just those times I get to like see the little glimmer of what's going on that day and see that the kids have smiles on their faces. And but specifics, oh man. I mean, I didn't get to go, but one of my favorite memories is one of the older groups went on a hike and got to go out and be in the woods as a group and climb up Bristol Cliffs, and to watch the video after they made a little summary documentary of their hike. And it was just like wild to see people out and about having fun. I mean, I think it was kind of like in the middle of our 3 months, and it was just a really uplifting moment to see these kids up at the top of a mountain screaming out, having a blast. Another one would be the all staff coordinated dance video we made that I've since shared with many people. That was just quintessential ELP, where we can like not take ourselves too seriously, have a good time, and just show the joy that we bring, and that you know, is the reason why we work together. So.
What songs will always trigger your time here?
Definitely the Waka Waka song. Definitely that. Definitely Made in America, because didn't know it before. But that's always sung.
Made in America.
Made in America.
It's called Made in America. The Cimarellis. I'm not going to sing any of it.
One of my friends, Ella's, loved this song. Made of America.
How does it go?
I don't know because I don't listen.
M-A-D-E-I-N, America.
M-A-D-E-I-N, America.
Striped flag wrapped around my head.
We love all of Frozen 2. I actually just got away from All Is Found. That's what we were listening to.
How's that song go, Addie?
It's where the north wind meets the sea. There's a river full of memory. That's that one.
Baby shark. Do 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 do. Baby shark. Do do do.
We did a music week, and my co-teacher was playing guitar, and the kids were making up words to songs, and when it was his turn, his song went like this. It's in the air, you can't catch it, it's a bone napper. If you don't have a bone napper, you need to get a bone napper. And then at the end of the song, he said, a bone napper. Like a jingle. And like something like that happens every day, and it makes me laugh all day long.
That is awesome. How do you feel when you dance?
I feel like it's a new world. Whenever I hear the music beat, I just get up, dance. I just feel like I'm in heaven sometimes.
Just starting the day off with some good Lion King is always a good start.
Which song from Lion King?
That one's one of my favorites.
Okay, like, let me give you a second, because my brain has just been like completely.
I get it.
Which I'm realizing maybe doesn't like sound so good in this video.
We may edit that out.
So edit that part out.
I don't have a reason.
There's no reason why it was fun.
I can't articulate why it was so much fun. I really can't. It was just super cool.
We are definitely gonna have to cut some things out of this.
I would describe it as, it's hard because there's nothing to compare it to. Like the best summer camp you could ever come to during an apocalypse. For real, like, it's just fun. We had so much fun in here on these grounds, in these walls, while the whole world was stopping. And we just went even farther than we could have gone before. I don't know, I have no words. I can't describe it. Happiness.
The feeling I have walking in every day is empowering and joyful and thankful and safe and committed to hard work.
Making new friends. I have like 1,000 things I'm gonna miss when I leave. I'm gonna miss my friends. I'm gonna miss the teachers. I'm gonna miss not having something to look forward to every day.
And this has been such a great experience for me, like on so many levels. Oof, I didn't expect to be, these are happy tears. This is such a great place. But I worked with 8 to 10-year-olds.
Feels really powerful, I guess, but also it feels like a little piece of normal in like a time where nothing really feels super normal, which has been really important to me, I guess, in my life. Like when I come here, all that matters is the kids and what they're doing and making sure that they're safe and having a good time. And so that's been awesome, just not to be so stuck in myself. Like it's definitely given me a place to like be out of my head, I guess.
I hope they remember it fondly. I hope that they can remember it, in as positive a light as possible. I mean, that was sort of the idea with the program, was to make it normal and to not make it just about a childcare during scary, hard times, but just like a normal childcare, where kids can be kids and do normal things and have fun. So I hope they remember it, that it was during something scary, but that they had like a fun, normal time with their friends and with like new teachers at this program in a beautiful spot, doing fun things outside.
It allowed me and my husband, who's also an essential employee for the state of Vermont, to be able to fully participate in our jobs, which are both very demanding, and to be able to support the work that we're currently doing by not worrying about where we needed to have her be and what she was doing. And this program just provided that whole supportive system for us and for her, and it truly was a lifesaver, was and continues to be a lifesaver for us, and we are forever grateful that this was an opportunity that we could participate in.
But a few weeks later, I came back and took a tour with my son, who works for the ELP summer program, just to have a tour. He was going to be on the sub list, and I got to see it all again with fresh eyes all over, and it was beautiful. I mean, he didn't have any idea like what it was going to look like, because it doesn't look like summer. And we saw little 3-year-olds taking naps. I mean, just knowing how safe everybody was feeling, huge cardboard ships and castles being built, and the physical distancing wasn't a worry. The cloth coverings weren't even thought about anymore. Disinfecting was an automatic thing to do. All those pieces that felt like, oh, and then don't, and you have to do this, and you have to do this, and you have to do this, was gone. You don't feel that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's a group of people that it was just, it's not that surprising, but it's just watching them handle what's going on right now, watching them handle new regulations, watching them handle how to deal with situations that you've never had to deal with before, because this has never happened before. It made me proud to be part of this team. It made me proud of them and proud of what we were able to do as a group.
They are amazing people, and I can't say enough about what this has meant. If it hadn't have been there, I probably would have had to be laid off from my job and go on unemployment like so many other people. I work to really help people with those kind of systems, and so if I weren't able to do that, it could really affect more than just my family's life. So essentially, they have helped not only just me, but all the people that I work with as well, giving me time to really focus on their needs while knowing that my daughter's needs are taken care of.
Yeah, it's given me such a sense of purpose in these times because there's a lot of uncertainty, but I always feel better when I'm out working with people, helping people, trying to solve a bigger problem.
Really like I was doing something really important. I felt like, we could all do what we could when everything got shut down by social distancing and doing, things for ourselves and our own actions. But this felt like I was, for me personally, it felt really good to be doing something that was helping others. And also just seeing the benefit of the kids and hearing them. We had a kid who came in, was only coming once a week and then started coming others. And he's like, I need to tell my mom that I want to come every day. Like I can see for kids that are home, like all alone, like this is an awesome place. You get to be with other kids, you get help with work, help getting on Zooms. Like it's, yeah. So I think that's really was special about this program.
Couldn't really afford to pay a babysitter $50 a day. So when this program finally opened up, I was so grateful, and I'm still so grateful to this day. Everything that John and everybody has done at that program for me and my son has just really impacted our lives in such a positive way. And I really hope that this program can keep going for other people who are in situations like I am. I don't know if I would have survived if it wasn't available. So I am just so thankful, and thank you, everybody.
To be able to trust everyone that's on this team and also just love and appreciate everyone that's on this team, I mean, it is really helpful, especially since we have to be working together all the time, like one-on-one, kind of adult together. So to be able to have that like trust and communication and just love, it makes a whole world of a difference. And I don't think I'd be able to do this job without that.
You walk in and it feels like everyone is happy to be here, and it feels like the students and the workers are all just so excited to be hanging out with each other. And
Are you glad you did this?
Absolutely.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
Felt like a home. Felt like a loving place.
And I'm just gonna miss all of these teachers and friends and all of these things.
And I really felt every morning excited to see that first phase and excited to see like what the day would bring and what adventures we would all like go on together.
Likes each other, everyone gets along, and everyone's here not for themselves but for other people, and it's nice to work in an environment like that. People aren't just trying to collect a check here. We're actually here trying to help these kids have normality in their lives when it's not a normal world. And I think that's what's really important. I think that's what makes me happy working here, is because everyone's so selfless and puts others first and really cares about each other.
They're unbelievable. I mean, I cannot imagine being a high school senior or in college during this crisis and having such an uncertain view of the world or the future. But they come to work with a smile and they're ready to go, and they've created some amazing relationships and an amazing experience for so many of these kids. Again, I think the word that pops up for me is resiliency, that they're resilient and they are ready to adapt.
Constant support. I got constant support. I gave constant support, and that was the most important thing anyone could do during this time, especially for these kids who are missing their friends and have no idea what's going on.
It's just filled with love. Like, I can't describe my time here any way else other than love. The minute you walk in that door, you're loved by everyone who's here. I mean, by your other classmates, by all the adults that are here. We're all here to just make sure that we're all happy and together. You know, no one is here trying to do anything else than make people happy.
It's hard to put into words. It was a true, I guess you could say, a community effort. It was a group of individuals who cared about the children, who cared about the community as a whole, who cared about what this was all going to mean in the end. And it was people who came in because they had a love for these children. They had a love for what kind of work that we were doing here. And that's just it. I mean, we showed up because we cared.
Scary times happen, challenging times happen, but when you are surrounded by people who care for you and people that you care for, you are capable of anything. You are capable of anything.
So what would I say to Mandy then? I would say, it's not about you. You don't have it. And so take that off your back. And you can't do this even if you wanted to. Everyone else has it. And you're gonna be just one more person holding the edge of it together as we draw it out together. So I would have been happy to tell her to take a deep breath. And I would love to go back and tell her, soldier on. It's gonna be incredible what is about to happen.